everybody. This is another quickie iPhone update. I've been busy. Was on vacation, went camping and snuck in some hobby time here and there, and then this is my last vacation day, so I got a hobby day out of it, so that was great. Figured out some stuff. Stuck up on my stool, try not to fall down again. So I did some rearranging of this yard area. It's relatively subtle, but it's there. So the first biggie is I added a switch here going back that way, and I took out a switch over here somewhere, vague. So now I can run stuff back through here, play a little switchy action back in there, and then back up onto this for the fuel area, the factory stuff, whatever vague factory crap goes on there. I'll have the fence running around, some kind of, I'll have to look it up, some kind of security-ish kind of stuff there. I'll also be able to kind of crank things around here and use it for some kind of storage if need be, which would be good. And then I can play that game of, running an engine through here, uncoupling, running it back over here, back through here, doing all that kind of fun switchy stuff. So that should be interesting as well. I have this little track here, which is like, it's leading out to somewhere because I never resolved that issue. And then this is going to be my shipping section. I'm going to set up a little shipping something or other here. Again, reference photos for your friends. And then I have back in this area, I have my weight holding down my glue project here, but the shipping area is going to be in the back here. And then if, I might have something else going on where trucks can kind of come through from back here and come through here into some kind of mini industry here if need be, but I'm still working that out. And then this is my track that I'll have my, my commuter stuff going on, but that's a whole different section, so I won't deal with that yet. So I think this is working. This is working pretty well. I sacrificed, I had a big mountain area with trees and stuff I was going to do there. I'm going to not do that, but I might do a little scene break here, a little small hill back there to kind of break that up, and some trees and stuff just kind of block off that area. So that should be working. Let's see, covered that. I have to do something back here. You can see there's a big hole, this bench work, fun stuff. So I'm going to address that as well. My other siding area back here is working out. Ideally, I think what I would do, and I still might attempt it, is to actually put the station in the middle of that track and this track. I don't know if that's coming through at all, but let's try to zoom here. So yeah, just moving this station, this station here in between the two tracks, that would seem to make more sense, but it's going to cause some disruption and some finagling. So I got to see if that's going to work out or not. But yeah, it would make a whole lot more sense. You can see my little monorail. Still really don't know where that's going to go. That's being sidelined for now because I'm still working on, other stuff. I've kind of cleared up this area and played around with what could be in there. The high-speed rail runs right through here, so I don't want to have like a house or anything there. So I'll play around with that. Not much has been done since I last did a video about all this area in here. I started the process. It's working out the way I want, which is good. I'm kind of like this little area of interest here. It's a little like for my tram area, so I'm working that out. People will be able to walk from here around to the station. There'll be a path, and then this will be that bridge edition. which is going to look something like. Oh. Right out of the way. You're seeing it live. Something like that, which I covered before, but just to get it locked in. Boom. There it is. Something of that nature. Gonna fix the slope on this side. I played around with, I don't know if I covered this last time, I don't think I did, resetting the village area and the town area. Still not happy with the town. This needs to be a little tighter. So I'm still playing with that. Village is kind of nice. It's villagey. So we'll see how that goes. I have my theater and some parking action going there. A little shack there. The roadway I have to address. There's going to be a road going across there. Potential of a road going across here as well, but I don't really like that idea. It seems like there's too many roads crossing this high-speed area. Still need to address back here. There's still some areas that are not done, like in here, and some finagling that needs to happen. I need to work this bridge, get that into the scene, and then I have a whole back area that I might just pull this whole unit off and just play around with that back area, scenic it all up, and then put it back into place. It's not super easy to do. And why do I always do that with my voice at the end? Again, my ums here. But it's not really that easy to do, to pull that out. It's just, basically there's no place to put it after it gets pulled out. So that's the only difficult part. But I could lay it on top of the flatter buildings here, zoom around and grab it. But that's probably the best solution for that. And I still am looking at the potential of, maybe that's where my mountain issue is here, dropping in a piece back there. Maybe that's what I do. You've seen it here live, folks. I just worked that out in my head. Nothing much going on with Shizuka. It's there. I'm liking this stuff out of the way. Playing the I don't have space game. But I like this idea of the multiple levels. You can see if I hop off my stool here. It just kind of creates a little visual interest. There's going to be a road, which is all bent and gnarly right now, but goes something like that. You saw it before, with a nice kind of retaining wall action going there. And then that walkway will be in here, and I think that's going to be very nice once it gets set. I haven't really played with it that much since last time we talked. This guy may go down here. This may be where this little viewing guy goes. Boonk. And there, that kind of makes sense in a way. So yeah, a lot of kind of retaining walls and kind of visual interest there. That's going to happen back here as well, in that little section and that little section back there. I'm going to work that in, and we'll see what happens there. There's going to be that tunnel here, the start of a tunnel, where you just see it kind of go through. That way you're not just seeing track lead off the edge, which you're going to see here, unfortunately. But I might do something with that as well. Still working out the lore behind that. Maybe the tunnels both run to the center and then out or something. I'm not sure. There's going to be a little bus area here, hustle and bustle. The idea, again, it's not there, but the buses are going to come around here in a big loop and come around through there. You're not going to see any of that unless I decide to move this over and add a little piece here, but I don't think that's really necessary. It's just a story, and visually it's looking kind of interesting. I like the sense of depth there. If I have some trees in the middle, kind of break it up a little bit, and it makes sense with this station being what it is. Have taxis and buses and stuff picking people up, which will be interesting and fun, I think. What else? else. This building does not belong there. If I zoom over to the other side, I'll play around with some of the other crappier part of things. Right now, my daughters have a layout that they don't use at all. They don't really care. They just like the idea of having a space where they can move stuff around, and Daddy doesn't say, don't touch that, don't touch that. So right now, since I built this, addition stuff, it's tucked over in the corner. It's far hard for them to access. If they are accessing it, they're right underneath my feet here. So I just realized I'm bumping up against the 11-minute mark. But I'm thinking about moving that out to here. I'm moving all this crap back in that section, which seems to make a lot of sense as well. I'm still going to have access here so I can get up behind the layout. There's a little area I can access stuff in case I need to. That mountain piece will go back there. These items push back here, leaving access to the door. This box here is just full of all the stuff that I tore out of Kiwamura. So that will be moved as well. And then move their layout over here so that they can just walk in and access it, play around, and then head out, and it won't be so messy. And so I've been doing this thing where I've just been like, what do I really need in here? This stuff is just, it's really hard to access right now. And so I have systems that I could put into place if I move this stuff out of here. I have a little plastic, whatchamacallit, I can dump in here, and this area could be used for storage if I put some shelves in here, and so maybe play around with the idea of putting one of these boxes, this guy or this guy, into this area and making that more functional. So those are the kind of thoughts I'm doing, but that's not as much fun as playing around with trains. So there's areas I'm still really enjoying. I need to go back and address some damage that happened during the doors over here in the harbor area. I think there's a lot of potential for this area back here, so some detail stuff that's just not being utilized. I talk about that area in the back there that could be addressed as well. That might do that during a break. This area is looking pretty good. I'm liking the way that really, Tom Barberley from Model Rail Radio was talking about the ums, and it really just stuck in my head because I do a lot of this public speaking situation at work, and I don't want to be that guy, so I'm making an effort to think it through before I'm saying it. So I'm obviously failing, but but I'm liking the way this there we go again. It's very interesting. You should take a look at that, because a lot of people, when they're doing these videos, there's a lot of ums and ahs and uhs, and it really is a little station to get your thought together, but it comes across as kind of wonky. But at any rate, I like how the street is coming along here in this section, and how there's more potential for this being a more realistic situation coming off this bridge. If this bridge comes along, there's cars going through here. There could be another walkway that comes up through here. Again, more interest, more interesting kind of things. Maybe the walkway even goes through underneath this area here. There you go again. I'm gonna stop. Anyway, it's really coming along. I'm liking it. This is the station I was talking about earlier. If I can get this tucked in here, pull this track this way, pull the station in the middle, that would make more sense as well. But I'm not sure I even have enough space. Now that I look at it, it might not work. Let's see here. I think that's about it. I think that's all I wanted to cover right now. So again, you can see from here with again, move the junk. But it's looking interesting. I came over here and I was like, oh, look at that. That's kind of fun. It's like there's a depth to it that I like a lot. And I think with some additional view blocks and things of that nature, the vista from this side of things is kind of working out for me. It's fun. looks like there's a lot going on. There's a big expansive area, and I'm liking the way it's working. So lastly, with the exception of dealing with the backdrop that dropped, that's just right now, it's just a blue. Eventually I may paint some other items in there. As with this one is wood, this one is canvas. The wood I can actually unscrew, make marks where things are, unscrew it, take it down, paint it, put it back up. It's not super easy, but it's definitely easier than this canvas was. I highly recommend going with a stiffer background if you're going to do something like that. And you can see the shadows on the back, which I hate. That will be addressed as well with some lighting up here, mimicking what's going on here. I may actually, instead of doing another one of these Cowboy Studio box lights, which, you know, again, looks ugly, but it does the job. And once I get these other colored bulbs in there, I'll be able to make dusk and all sorts of things. I'm thinking about looking at LEDs and mixing it up, maybe bringing one of the boxes, putting them over here. So I have a box here and a box kind of kitty corner over here, and an LED over there and an LED over here with a more yellow light. And so right now these have these, you know, daylights in them, these guys here. But if I mix it in with the LED, it might be a nice blend. I don't know, might not work. But you know, at any rate, I'm definitely going to get another light in here, a series of lights, or work that out as well to kill those shadows, because that always bugs me. So, a long one today. At the 17-minute mark, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and stay tuned for updates. I have a link for my blog in the description below. I'm not going to do any annotations and box pop-ups and all that kind of stuff, because it bugs me to no end. But I'll leave with that, and thank you again for watching this quickie little update.